Sha-La-La came about because I was sort of trying to get a sound in the studio, and I kept playing the bass drums, which was a double bass drum beat, which was da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And for the sound engineer to get a good sound. But I started playing a solo over these double bass drum beats just to warm up, basically. And Phil said, you know, that's pretty good. Well, let's write a song around that. So he came up with the Sha-La-La lyrics, and I need a riff as well. And I just kept that beat going, you know, and obviously we rearranged it a little bit. And then the solo, there's a little solo in the middle, which is about like 10 bars, 12 bars long. And then the melody comes back in, and then at the end, it sort of ends off with me playing a major solo, you know. But in the studio, it was a fairly short solo, because the time factor was like, so for the album was so short that we had to sort of cut the solo down, right? Which was okay, you know. But I did a long solo when we recorded Live and Dangerous, so that sort of compensated for that.
That was a great song live, because I could go take a break. I felt kind of, I mean, Brian was an incredible drummer with just amazing stamina. I mean, you would be up there for 2.5 hours. Now all of a sudden he's got to do this drum solo that lasts for God knows how long, right? And you're beat and you're dripping with sweat and you're tired out, and you think, thank God, man, the drum solo, right? You go off to the side and you're having a cigarette and a drink, you know, and you see poor old Brian, man, he's just hammering away, and all you can think of is, man, I'm glad I didn't take up drums.
There's certain drummers I always love to play with, right? Brian. Brian comes kind of top of the list. Maybe Simon Kirk after that, because he's great to play with. But Downey has his own distinct style, because he's kind of jazz in a way, you know.
I was very influenced by a few drummers. Pete Gavin from Heads, Hands and Feet was a really good drummer, and I got to know him quite well. And he had an excellent double bass drum technique, so you know, I used to go to lots of their gigs in the Lyceum and places like that in London to check him out. Obviously, Ginger Baker was another double bass drum expert, you know, so lots of good players around there where you could sort of study, you know, you could look and see what they were doing. But my solo, I just wanted to keep it sort of full on from start to finish, you know, no sort of lulls in the solo, just to keep it very sort of hard-edged all the way through. And it was quite, you know, it was quite hard to do, but eventually, after lots of practice, I got it, you know. But again, you know, that was sort of incorporated into the set, and it became a really sort of popular tune.
Baby Drives Me Crazy was, after about 3 years, we came up with this song. We need a big ending kind of song, something that's really going to slam towards the end, right? And it never got recorded. It was never put on an album. It was strictly just a live song, a really good time, end of set kind of song. And yeah, I guess, you know, at that point we did use that song as the introduction of the band, but you know, we tried that kind of thing in a lot of different songs. Now, where are we going to introduce the band? What song were you going to use it on? And Baby Drives Me Crazy became, you know, the obvious one to do that with after a while. So I guess we used that song for 4 years, and then we just dropped it and never played it again. You know, it's strange how songs like that happen. It's just boom, it just falls off the edge of the earth and never to be seen again. Me and the boys were wondering what you and the girls were doing tonight. That's another one that never got recorded. It was specifically written just to play live. Yeah, it was all a planned thing. You know, you've got to have you know, an idea what you're going to be doing. Okay, well, that's the end of the set. Boom, proper, come off. We're going to, this is what the encore is going to be. Then we'll come off, right? And then this is what the second encore is going to be, you know. Not because, you know, we expected to get all these encores, but there had to be some sort of, if it was going to happen, you needed some sort of plan to think instead of, oh, geez, should we play Rosalie again or something, which would look kind of pokey.
Me and the boys, you get a second wind when you start playing that, because it's another up-tempo shuffle, which have double bass drums as well. And, at that stage, everybody was on their feet, ready to rock, and sort of. So, it was just a spontaneous song, that just took off, and Phil put, some great lyrics in there, just to get all the crowd going. And it's a fairly simple song, actually. There's nothing really much to it, apart from the tempo, which is kind of fairly fast. But yeah, it was a great song to play. There was definitely gigs we played better, but there was no recording equipment there. So, I've got some sort of bootlegs that sound really, really good, But, it did capture the essence of the band,
Very influential, I think the band was at that point up till Live and Dangerous. And I think basically if we were all still the same, it wouldn't have changed it. It's just that chemistry that was working.
For its time, I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Like I say, we needed a vehicle to show everybody what we thought Thin Lizzy was all about. And the Live and Dangerous album did exactly that. And we all walked away. It was probably really the first album that I had walked away after Tony Visconti had actually mixed it. I walked away totally happy. That's a cool album. That's an album I'm really proud of. And when people ask me what's your favorite album, that's the one I always say.